I often have a lot of beliefs that are shaped by my experiences in this life that teach me the opposite of God's love for me. And so I want to give you a handful of things that either I've experienced or I've seen other people experience that destroy the roots that we're meant to have, that we need to have. Can I give them to you? Here's the first belief that can destroy the roots of God's love in your life. Number one, believing that I can establish my identity apart from my designer. Believing that I can somehow determine what's gonna make me happy and whole without being connected to the one who created me to be happy and whole in the first place. And a lot of us don't put the roots of our identity down in the love of God because we don't want God to be the source of our identity. Because if God is the source of our identity, then we're not. And right now, we are in a religious revolution in our society today. And there is a new religion that is more pervasive in ideology than Christianity is. And it's not really named and it's not really called a religion, but it really is a religion. And I would use the word, and I've talked about this before, but I would use the word humanism to describe this new religion. And the idea is that I am God. Now, it may not be said explicitly, but that's absolutely how it's outworked. I determine who I am, I determine what I want, and you need to respect my own deity to say that I am, and I have, and I will, and I like. And anyone and anything that disrupts my control of myself is sin, and therefore deserves to be consumed and burnt up and sent to hell. And so we have this idea, and our whole culture believes this right now. And if you're not careful, you'll take that right into your Christianity and mix the two together. And it will be this whole thing where it's like, I like God as long as he gives me what I want. And I like God as long as he respects my rights. And I like God as long as he approves of whatever decision I want to make. But what I want to tell you is that it sounds loving to approve people regardless of decisions. But it's not loving. It's not loving if we believe that there is a right that leads to life and there is a wrong that leads to death. The loving thing to do is to say there is a right that leads to life. That's what love is. That's what love is. And by the way, there is a right that leads to life. This world does not exist because of human intention or design. This world exists because it was created and crafted and designed by a good, loving God and Father. And that is why this world exists. And so if I want to go along with him, I will find life. If I want to resist his leadership in my life at every turn, it will lead me to being at total odds with the very way that life was created to work. And you know where that's gonna lead me? Depression, anxiety, frustration, deep selfishness, no ability to sustain relationship, no desire to have family, no desire to do anything at all that has anything to do with pouring myself out for the benefit of somebody else. And that right there is a pretty good picture of where our world is right now. Okay, so I can't be rooted in the love of God if my identity is defined by me.